so now with us seeing this side of the law,
Yeah.
and now what's going on now, what we see with Big George.
Yeah.
So you have a unique perspective.
Very.
What do you think about what's going on right now with this cop on Big George stepping on his neck and all that?
I think when we see these situations, I think we also have to understand that we have to get very specific. We have to get so specific, and what I mean by that, we have to stop viewing it with such a broad view. Meaning, we have to stop placing the blame on the whole force and the whole everybody of such a certain race, everybody with a badge, and we have to get into who that person is. And if we want to place the blame on anybody, it should be ourselves for not doing more than what we think we're doing. I mean, we leaving it at the reason why people always ask me, like, why you don't say this, why you don't do that, is because what else am I gonna do after that? Some people put a tweet out and they think they did something. Some people wear a shirt, they think they did something. I mean, what you gonna do after that? Did you actually help the person? Did you actually help the family? Did you actually go out there and do something? So if I ain't about to do all that, then I ain't about to do nothing. I pray for you.
You say the follow through is more important than wearing the shirt or talking about it. Is actually
learning about it. What we need to do is we need to learn about it more. If we want to scream about something, know what we're screaming about. We want to protest about something, know what we're protesting about. Because if we want to get into it, it's a bunch of facts that we think we know that we don't know. So if we want to get into it, first know what we're talking about before we talk about it. Because we scream about things that sometimes they isn't even true.
So so you went to jail for 2 years in New York City. And you
not 2 years. Not 2 years. I was in there for like 8 months. 8 months. 8 months on Rikers Island.
I went to see you, man, and shout out to Trey the Truth. He went with me from Houston. And man, I was so fucking sad when they brought you to see me and you was in handcuffs. I could not believe this shit.
I saw it on your face.
Nah, yo, man, that shit hurt.
Yo, you were so passionate. You were so passionate. I thought I was coming to see you. That's how passionate.
You know, Lil Wayne, let me tell you, it's something unique about you, right? It's like, I was saying this the other day. I said, even though you younger than me, you know, I know when I always say hi to you, wherever you at, I put my head down and I shake your hand like this, right? And I don't do that for everybody, Lil Wayne. I do not do that.
I've seen people greet you. You damn sure don't.
Nah, trust me.
I already know.
I don't do that. And then I start analyzing myself. I say, yo, man, it's like, you probably the first guy that's younger than me that I look up to.
Stop it, Joe. Come on, man. I appreciate that love, Joe. I appreciate that.
Yo, Wayne, I'm telling you some real shit. Like, because I had to analyze myself. I say, yo, man, you know, every time I see Weez, I'm like, yo, and just because I feel like you're a rap god. I feel like you a Michael Jackson. Like you the closest version of Michael Jackson. Like Michael Jackson was famous, and so you just got off telling us you've been famous since you were 11 years old, bro. And you ain't stopping. The planes ain't different. The house is bigger.
It's this. I really honestly, Joe. I really owe a lot of that drive, a lot of that people. You know, you got to be born with it, but at the same time, somebody got to be. You got to have somebody that know how to steer it in the proper direction. And I owe all that to Stunner, man. That man, he never quit. He never quit. He never quit. He never say never. He never say die. And I learned that at a very young age, man. And it still haven't left.
Man, that was my next question. My next question was, who inspired you?
Man, all day and every day, it was Stunner, man. I had lost my father, Rabbit, at such a young age, and at that very age, Rabbit told my mama, my mom didn't want me to rap. she knew I was smart. She knew I was very intelligent. She was like, I need you to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that. You're too smart. But Rabbit, he was like, nah, this boy is really, really good with this rap shit. He was like, listen, he's really, really good. And if you want him to be anything, the best thing we should do is let him go with Baby. And she was like, you sure about that? He was like, I'm very sure. He need to be with Baby and them. And so, with that said, once I lost Rabbit, Stunner became more than a manager, more than a cash money. He was a father figure. So with that said, I looked up to him. I looked up to everything he did and the way he did it. And the way he did things and the way he do things is non-stop. He's committed to everything. Whatever it is, he commit everything to it. They could be playing you on a game. You know how we hearing these stories about Jordan and how competitive he is and anything playing quarters and all that. It's not a competitive thing with Stunner. It's just a commitment thing with Stunner. If he commit to it, he's committed. And I learned that at a very, very young age. And he never stopped working. I'm talking about somebody that didn't even rap. I was like, why is we going to the studio? Why this man going to the studio every day and night? He's not even getting behind the mic. It was that just a drive, and he still do it to this day.
To this day, he in that
thank
studio.
Thank God he finally get his ass behind the mic now. Thank God we finally get some words out of it. Yeah, because he been doing this shit for a long time without even talking. That's what it started off. It started off as talking. He would get behind. He started off. He would start talking on songs, and then he started making that shit rhyme.
And he started doing this shit right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He started figuring out that, hold up. He was like, once he said something and he started noticing New Orleans was saying it back, he was like, hold up, y'all like me? Hold up. Y'all like me? Hold up. And he started coming out. He started understanding, hold up. I'm hotter than some of my fucking artists. Hold up.
Yo, that shit crazy. And let me tell you something, man. You know, you yourself, man, you picked up right from Stunner. First of all, your work ethic. I never seen nobody work harder than you. Like you, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks.
Oh yeah.
But I always say I give you the credit for longevity in my career, just because every time I've been in the studio with you, you done had the #1 record out in the world, and you wasn't in the club. You was in that studio 7 days a week.
Trying to make the
next. I was like, yo, I gotta be like him, because this boy working for real.
Yeah.
And so I turn around, I go like this. So you put on, you know, not only are you an iconic rapper artist, but you put on 2 other icons with Nicki
God bless him.
And Drake.
Yes.
Yo, Weez, that's not easy, man. That's not real.
I know. I had to go through it to find out, but I know.
And how proud are you of, let's say, Drake? You know, when this,
Joe, that right there, that's like that is not. I can't explain it no more, no less than. That's like a proud father. No more, no less, man. Proud father watching them graduate and become, successful adults. That's no more, no less. That's what it is. Sit back and how you just a proud for feeling like I could retire any day now, man. Now my kids got it, man. I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yo, George, I live vicariously through Drake. When I see the Sky Blue Airplane, this shit, I think I'm buying Sky Blue Rolls Royce like I'm that nigga. He coming with the plane and shit, Sky Blue. I'm like,
yeah.
This shit crazy. And
I want to ask you too, you good too? Because I think I pulled up the other day. I think the window was busted in the Sky Blue.
No, not in my shit. Nah.
Okay, that was next door. That was next door.
Yeah, don't scare me, man. Don't scare me.
Yeah, right next door to you, Joe. The police had that whole side of the street blocked off, and they had glass all over the street. I thought that was the Sky Blue, man.
No, that wasn't me. Thank God it wasn't me, man. Don't say that.
Thank God it wasn't. Thank God it wasn't.
This Corona. So this man, he done went. Who's next on the roster? Who you got next on your roster that you feel is going to be like an icon, the next big one to go?
I never placed that. I never placed that on none of my artists' shoulders. Nobody. I never placed that on none of my artists' shoulders. This is all because you can never tell what anyone is gonna like or what we can't predict the temperature of the fans. So if they like it, it's my job to make sure to make the artists understand they need to make them love it.